Ladies and gentlemen, I'm highly honored to be here to share my thoughts on business and environment with you today. It is indeed meaningful that so many CEOs and leaders have gathered in Seoul to discuss the role of businesses in ensuring clean environment and future of the earth. It is a significant move, not only for further development of business, but also for the prosperity of mankind. As you are well aware, environmental issues have emerged as a global challenge that requires our immediate attention. Climate change caused by global warming is creating various types of environmental disaster, while the emission of greenhouse gases continues to rise. The environmental issues are now no longer a potential threat that we may face in the distant future, but an urgent problem that we must address here and now. There is a theory in economics termed the tragedy of commons. The theory teaches us that freely accessible fertile pasture will turn into barren wasteland if abused and not properly cared for. This theory holds true for the global environment as well. Unless we take good care of the global environment, which has been the foundation for economic growth and prosperity, it could turn into a disaster for mankind. If the destruction of the environment takes place, there can be no assurance of a prosperous life or of sustainable growth. The environmental issues are directly connected to the future of mankind, and it is hard for them to be resolved by the efforts of individual companies, certain industries, or a particular country. The issues are a common challenge for mankind and one that can only be resolved by a global community-based approach. By now, the world has come to a clear understanding about the severity of the environmental issues. However, the efforts to find an answer have been painstakingly slow, and we are far from reaching a consensus. Although there has been some sustained drive by the international community from the 1992 World Summit in Rio to the 2009 Climate Change Summit in Copenhagen, a clear agreement is yet to emerge. I attribute the reasons for this failure to the difficulties in narrowing the gap between the two important values of environment on the one hand and economic growth on the other. We do not have the luxury of being in a position where we can give up economic growth for the sake of the environment, or vice versa. I believe that this dilemma lies at the heart of the conflict between advanced and developing countries, business, and environmental NGOs. However, most fortunately, a new creative idea, the green growth vision, has emerged to resolve this dilemma. Green growth seeks to pursue environmental protection and economic growth at the same time. The idea of green growth has been around in the international community since 2005, but its development began to take up in 2008 with the announcement of green economic visions by major advanced economies, including the United States, the European Union, and Japan. Korea also set a low-carbon green growth strategy as its future vision in 2008 and enacted the Green Growth Law last year. Green growth is about transforming the mode of economic growth to an environmentally friendly style and finding new engines of growth in pro-environmental technologies and industries. Turning the two values of the opposing binary set, business and environment, into the two main pillars of win-win growth is indeed a stroke of genius. Green growth is no longer just an idea to play with, but a practical future strategy for many countries. Moreover, green growth is a common approach for us to promote global environmental protection and economic prosperity at the same time. The paradigm of the global economy is undergoing a shift towards the green economy.